Science here with Cryptozoic. So we have a variety of new licensed games, which we're often known for, but we also are pushing out a few new original IPs this year. Starting off, I'd like to talk about Poker Assault a little bit. This guy is a new $20 game. It'll be out in Q2 this year. This is a kind of twist, kind of a gamery twist on traditional poker. The game comes with 4 52-card poker decks, each with its own faction and theme. As you can see, there's things like the vampires, the werewolves, the rocket patrol, and the aliens. Each faction has its own unique play style in that there are actual abilities and attacks and things that your cards will do as you're making poker hands on the table. So each player has their own deck, and in addition to that, they have a special ability deck that they can draw cards from as well. So on my turn, I'm going to play a card from my hand to start my poker hand, and in a push your luck style, every time I play a card, I draw a card, and I can keep playing cards and drawing cards until I choose to stop. If I ever get into a position where I cannot complete a legal poker hand, then my turn ends and I fail to make a hand and it passes to the opponent. But if I stop and say I make 2 pair, and then it's the opponent's turn to respond to that, and they try to build their best poker hand, and if they can successfully block all the cards that make up my hand, then they get to take over as the attacker and come back at me. And it's kind of a back and forth push your luck style ability or style game where you're using your abilities to do damage to your opponent until they run out of life points.
So how many players?
Just a direct 2-player game, so just head to head. But it does have 4 different decks, so there's some good variability in there. If nothing else, it is a great value at $20 MSRP for 4 poker decks with some really great original art. In addition to that, what's that?
How long does it play?
How long? It's about a 15 to 25 minute game. It's actually really, really quick play time, so you can burn through a few games really quickly. Yeah, really excited about that one. That'll be a Q2 release this year.
Q2 release, okay.
So another one of our new originals this year that we're excited about is called Mad Science Foundation. This one is a really fun theme in which each player is going to be a mad scientist and a member of the title foundation here. Also features all original art. You can see some of the characters that you'll be playing as here. And the idea here is you're trying to become the most infamous of all the mad scientists in the foundation. To do so, you have to create bigger and more elaborate inventions to be able to generate more infamy for yourself. You're also going to recruit minions to your cause that can also help your infamy or help you sabotage your opponents and the other scientists. The gameplay works with a very neat draft mechanic where one player is designated as the crooked director of the foundation each round, and they're going to deal out a number of resources. The resources will consist of new inventions, cryptomium, which is a make-believe element, lasers, because of course scientists need lasers, dark matter, very mad science element there, and sharks, because sharks and lasers go together like bread and butter. So you have these 5 different elements that you are working with the inventions, those 4 pieces, and the director divides them into piles, and when they're done dividing them up, then the player to their left gets the first pick of the pile, the next player gets another pick of the pile, and the director themselves get the last pick, whatever pile is left over. So they have to divide things up in a way that tries to make sure that they get what they want when everyone else has taken cards, but they don't give the other players too much good stuff for themselves and so forth. So it's a very interesting mind game of trying to figure out what everyone wants or how to get them to take things that you want them to take so that you can get what you want. Very, very interesting game. Once you start adding in the minions that'll start coming into the game periodically, then you can, like I said, earn wild resources, or you can get spies that go and sabotage their inventions so they don't work for the round. They don't get to push the red button, to make them activate and all that. So very fun, a lot of really cool stuff. This one's going to be a Q3 release. We're looking at Gen Con this year, $25 MSRP. It is played in about a 45 to 60 minute total play time, and that's scalable depending on how many inventions you want to play through, and so you can kind of modify that depending on your tastes or your desires. So, so yeah, those are a couple of our originals that we're doing this year that we really are excited about. In addition to that, we can talk a little bit to some of our licensed titles. We have Attack on Titan, which is a well-known license in recent years. We have a couple new games this year that we're doing with Attack on Titan, one of which being our deck building game. This builds off of our Cerberus deck building engine that we've done with DC Comics, Lord of the Rings, Street Fighter, and various other properties we've done. So in Attack on Titan, it's entirely cooperative. The players are all working together to defeat the entire set of Titans in the deck before the deck runs out. If the deck does run out, then game over, you've lost. But the really fun twist on this is it's probably our largest departure from our standard deck building engine to date, in that each player will actually have little standee pawns for the character they're playing as, and the 5-card lineup that you're buying cards from doubles as a sort of game board where you will move your character throughout the lineup. You can only buy cards from where your character is positioned, but the Titans will come out to the other side of the lineup, so there's actually kind of a double lineup, and you can also move your character to the outside of the wall and go and fight the Titans. So it's a decision between going and fighting or staying inside and recruiting. But if you leave the Titans unchecked, they will start damaging the wall, and when the walls are broken down, then you have fewer and fewer places to buy cards from, and it becomes more and more difficult to build your deck up. So, so yeah, very, very different, having that kind of area control style added into the deck building game. So really, really excited for that one. The other Attack on Titan game we have this year is what will be called, in its final iteration, The Last Stand, which is a fun play on words, because in addition to it representing the heroes making their last stand against the Titans before they destroy the supply depot that will be present, it also is a play on words in that the board will be vertically standing up. So there is a, it's going to be about a 12 to 16 inch Titan that we're going to have that will actually have little platforms, and the one player plays as the Titan who's trying to destroy the supply depot building that will also be a 3-dimensional construct. And while all the other players are moving their player pieces up the platforms on the Titan, trying to get to the, the neck and be able to deliver the fatal blows and all the tactics they need to do so. It's got some asymmetrical play, and the hero players have a push your luck dice mechanic, whereas the Titan player has some interesting card play with some kind of hidden information. And so the two sides of the board play very differently, whether you're the Titan or a hero. This one is designed by Antoine Bauza and Ludovic Melblanc, so some very well-known names in board gaming. For those unfamiliar, Antoine's known for Hanabi, Seven Wonders, Takedo, several other games. He's a great designer. Ludovic, probably most well-known for Cash and Guns, really great party game. So some awesome designers are working on this. We're really excited to have this one coming out. This is also probably going to be a quarter-3 release this year at a $35 price point.
Cool. We're
expanding our deck building line in addition to Attack on Titan with the Cartoon Network crossover Crisis. This guy will be a mashup title featuring, as you can see on the box, several properties from different Cartoon Network shows. So we've got, of course, Adventure Time characters who we've worked with in the past. We're also adding in Samurai Jack, Steven Universe, Dexter, and a couple others that are in there. This guy is a competitive game, just like RTC Deck Builder and so forth, where everyone's trying to outscore one another and trying to take down the villains, but it adds a lot of Cartoon Network feel and flair to it. It has a new card type called Events that come out and affect the turn player and have them do all kinds of silly, again, kind of Cartoon Network-y things, whether it's give a player a nickname and you have to call them by that name the rest of the game, or you suffer a penalty, or be the first person to eat a pretzel, or whatever, all kinds of silly stuff. Just really wacky, interactive stuff to get the players kind of moving in their seat and doing things outside of just playing the game. So that was really fun. Another fun feature with this one that we like to tout is that every card in the game is actually unique, all the main deck cards, whereas with all the other deck builders we might have a series where there's 2 or 3 copies of this card and 2 or 3 of that card. Every single card in here is unique, so there's a lot of variability in the gameplay. Great. I think that covers the majority of our new 16 stuff that we're really talking about today. Oh no, excuse me, I did forget one other exciting license. So Rick and Morty. So Rick and Morty is a very fun one we're excited to have coming out this year. Again, 2 games coming here. We'll start here with the little one. We have Total Recall. For those that are fans of the show and have maybe seen these episodes, this is an episode in which the family in the show has been infiltrated by a species of alien parasites who are trying to convince the family that they have been there all along and they're longtime friends and family members that have been in the show. And all of a sudden they realize that that's not the case, and they have to try to suss out who can they trust, who's real, who's not, and so this is a light cooperative deduction game in that same vein, where you're trying to figure out which of the characters on the table are real, which are parasites, who can you eliminate by shooting, and who can survive. If you shoot too many of your family members, of the real people, then you're out of luck, and game over. So that one's going to be just a light $15 card game. The big guy here, which is super, super exciting, is the Mr. Meeseeks Box of Fun, a game of dice and dares. So this, I can pick this up so you can get a better shot at it perhaps, there you go. This, again, for the fans of the show, will be immediately recognizable as the Meeseeks box, taken from the episode Meeseeks and Destroy. The quick background on this is that this little magic box in the show will, when you push the button, pop out a Mr. Meeseeks to help you solve a problem, whether it's do your homework or get 2 strokes off your golf game. As soon as the Meeseeks helps you complete that task, then it ceases to exist and goes away and your life goes on and everything's hunky-dory. The problem is when they fail to complete their task, things get a little crazy and a little out of control. And when that happens in the game and your Meeseeks fail to help you, then things spin into a very 18 and over dares game, doing some inappropriate stuff and saying some inappropriate things and and some very Rick and Morty level humor. So for those that have watched the show or have any idea about Adult Swim's kind of sensibilities, you can know where that might go and what to expect. So a very fun dice rolling party game with a really fun packaging and whatnot. On the note of the packaging, the box itself will be fully functional in that when you press the button, it will actually have audio samples custom recorded by Justin Roiland, one of the co-creators of the show, doing Mr. Meeseeks' voice. And so when you get the box, it will actually function. You hit the button, you get the Meeseeks' voice, look at me, and all that good stuff. So it's going to be really fun. Doubles as a a nice collectible, a cosplay prop. It happens to have a great party game inside as well. So yeah, really, really excited for that one.
So I was just wondering, like from Cryptozoic, the way that you develop the games, is it the license first, and then you try to find the designer that will suit the license, or you have this mechanism, then you try to find the team that will suit the mechanism?
Sometimes it's both ways, depending on the game. More often than not, I would say it's probably top down from the license first, where we're working with a particular brand that wants to develop a game, and maybe they have some ideas for what the game might be like, and then we have an in-house design team of a few individuals that will come up with mechanics and ideas, and then we bring in a couple of playtesters and kind of work through what works, what doesn't, and try to develop it into something that is a final product. So sometimes though we do have a mechanic or something we really like, and then we'll kind of source that out into what type of license could this work with, what makes sense for it. We don't always want to just pick a license and slap it on or just paste it on, as people say in the industry. We try to make it have some thematic sense as much as we can. In some cases it's a little thin. We get that. That's licensing sometimes, but for the most part we try to make the best fit possible, whether it's from mechanic first or license first. So,
Cool. All right, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you very much.